What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. There are no words to the lady that is standing next to me, Miss Laila Ali. I am so, I've been wanting to interview for a long time, and to see you on stage here at the WBC Women's Summit, the first one of its kind, talk about what it means to you, because you're obviously up there, you're WBC champion, you're on the green belt, to be gracing the stage here.
You know, it's amazing for me because I haven't had the opportunity to make it to a lot of the WBC events. Sometimes they're out of the country, or they tell me, its timing is too close, and being a busy mom and with all that I have to do. So I feel bad when I have to say no because my face is on the belt. And I'm like, man, I'm never there, to represent. So it was really important for me to be here today at this summit because I was available. And I feel that that's how we continue to grow, by sharing and inspiring one another. There's so many wonderful champions, past, present, future, here. To have the opportunity for them to hear from me, not necessarily hear about me, I think is powerful. And for me to be able to meet them. So I applaud the WBC. They've always been so supportive of women boxers. And, I'm just happy to be here, just like everyone else.
I think when you were up there and talking about how you got into boxing, I know a lot of people thought maybe because it was your father, Muhammad Ali. And when you said Christy Martin, I panned over to her, and I just finished interviewing her, and I brought it up. I go, how did that make you feel? She goes, I was like, wow, I was the girl that made the legend of a daughter fight. But she was excited, especially the fight, the Gogarty fight. What was it at that moment? Do you remember where you were? Were you at home watching the fight?
I remember exactly where I was. I went to one of my best friend's homes. It was her father's home. And we would turn on the TV to watch Mike Tyson, and then all of a sudden Christy came in the ring, and everything stopped. The whole world around me was like slow motion. I'm like, women fight? I didn't even know. Oh my God. And I was glued to the TV, and they got in there and started brawling. And it was, women fight 2 minutes, so they get right at it. And it was bloody. And Jeandra Gogarty could scrap too. I mean, she was tough. So Christy was doing her thing, but it was the both of them. The reason why I say Christy more so is because Christy's more in the forefront, but it was both of those women. That's why I always mention Jeandra's name too, because I don't want to not mention her. But I think that was amazing, and I think that we should always remember to take a page from that card. Like, a lot of times women were like, oh, I want to be the main event. It's okay to be the co-main event on a major undercard. I went on to fight on Mike Tyson's undercard, I think 3 times, which brought me more exposure. So I think that, just strategy, things like that are really important. But yeah, I always give Christy her props because there were so many women fighting before me, before Christy, but Christy was on that platform. So that's why I said Christy put women's boxing on the map, because we're talking about the world, okay? We're not talking about just the boxing community. We're talking about so many people had the opportunity to see her, which is why it's so powerful now with boxing being on Netflix.
Yes.
Because you look at Amanda Serrano, people who would have never might have been thinking about going and paying to see her now have a Netflix, and oh, these women are fighting, or oh, Mike Tyson's fighting. That was big because you get this platform to, reach so many more people on a worldwide level. So women have so many opportunities now, and I just hope that they take the information they're getting today, be smart, be wise, and use it to help propel their career in the future.
I really enjoyed your information you said to the boxers, because, like you said, there's past and present, and young ones that are they're not even signed, they are not even fighting, but they're just upcoming. You just talked about the biggest fight card. It's the trilogy of Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. Who won with the second one fight?
Really? Look at my teeth. My mouth got so big. I love those two. I love those girls. I am a Katie fan.
Okay.
I'm a diehard Katie fan. I love that girl from the time that I commentated the first women's boxing in the Olympics.
Yes.
And I remember seeing her. I'm an American. We had our Americans, but I was like, oh my God, that girl can fight. I was so in awe with her. And I just like who she is as a person. Love Amanda too. She can scrap. And when you asked me, did you just ask me who won the second fight?
Yeah.
You know what?
As much as you love Katie.
Yeah. I will say, and this is honest, I will say I really have to watch the fight again, because when you do like someone so much, you would tend to say, no, they won, but I need to go back and look. I was surprised, even in that moment, that all 3 judges saw the fight for Katie, because with the cut, and then there was a knockdown too, right?
Yeah.
What happened? What
there
happened?
was Amanda's eye was like falling
Not
out.
okay. Not just that, but somebody got
there was
knocked.
a knockdown. It was a slip, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was considered a knockdown.
Okay, I remember
A lot of
something.
headbutting.
I felt like something happened, or a point was taken away, or something happened.
Katie was taking a point because
That's
of
what
the
it was.
headbutts.
Okay, that's what it was. See how my memory is from boxing? So, Lord Jesus. But anyway, yeah, so with that, I was like, oh, okay. And then when it was all three judges, because it was a close fight, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely am not someone, because I remember with the first fight, a lot of people were like, Amanda won. I felt Katie won. Not because I'm a Katie fan. It's just because it just, it just depends. Sometimes it's the styles. Certain people like an aggressor. Then some people are watching the boxing and who's landing more shots and who's controlling the fight. So it really just depends. I got to watch it again. But I know what I'm hoping is that in this third fight, they do something different. Don't just do what you did the first time. You know, it's like if you're Amanda and you're trying to stop her, maybe you need to, like I mentioned in there, you got to switch up your punch pattern. You know what I mean? Your speed. Yeah. Pick up your speed. Do some different things. If you're Katie, don't try to stand in front of Amanda and fight when you don't have to, because she's got such great boxing skills and her movement in the ring and her distance in the ring and her speed. But when we get caught up in the moment. You know what I mean? And that's how it becomes a close fight. You gotta figure out how you can make it more definitive that you're winning the rounds.
Ooh, I can't wait for
It's gonna be good.
Even Christy Martin's like, those girls can go like 100 rounds. There could be a fourth round. Who knows? It's one of those. I know you're gonna get going. Two questions. My co-host wanted me to ask you. I already know the answer. Would you want your children to box?
No, I don't. You know what? It's boxing is a crazy sport. We love it. Those of us that do it and are crazy enough to do it. And I always encourage people to do what's in their heart to do, but it's not something I would encourage anyone to do. I never have. And some people will be like, how could you say that? That's how I feel. I'm going to be honest. And a lot of it's a dangerous sport, but it also is an unorganized sport. Anyone can just be a boxer. Anyone can be a promoter and a manager. It's not like, the NFL or, you know what I'm saying, the NBA and soccer. There's so many other things that you can do, make more money, right, and have just a longer, healthier career. But if you want to box, then you definitely have to take it very seriously and surround yourself with the right people. But luckily my children don't have it in them. They don't have the personality or desire to be a fighter. Yeah.
Okay, and last one. You have the best garden I've ever seen. My co-host Jeandra has her garden. We call it the urban garden. I mean, and I can't keep a plant alive for the life of me outside. But can you just talk about that? Because, what are some tips? Because she's a gardener, and we never know about these bugs and how much to water. I sure don't know how to water it. I overwater. But what are some of your secrets that you could share with us how to keep plants alive?
My secrets is I know who to ask when I need information, because I'm the same as you. I moved to Georgia. I decided that I wanted to have a garden. I have a really big garden. I actually built a bigger garden than I probably should have to be a starter, because my family doesn't do it. I do it. Yeah. And, it's a lot of work. So I would say if you're going to do it, start small. Start with items that are known to be easy to produce, like cucumbers or tomatoes or herbs, right? And prove to yourself that you can handle that before you take on more. And then there's so many resources now online that you can find, but you still have to, get a reliable source, but then start small, because when you do too much, it gets out of control, because it goes well once you plant the seeds and everything looks beautiful. But then if a disease happens or a certain bug happens, like you mentioned, you don't know what to do, you can lose everything. I've learned the hard way. And,
you talk to your plant. They always say, but you're supposed to sing and talk and it's supposed to grow.
They might overhear some conversations because I'm doing business. I'm making deals while I'm in the garden, But no, I don't talk to the plants.
All right, Laila Ali, I appreciate your time. You guys, it's the queen, like one of the original queens.
One of the things you did not mention is that they need to go check out my Laila Ali Spice Blends. You need to go to my website.
The Spice Blends, that's, during COVID.
Non-GMO, full of flavor, delicious, and that's my true passion. So, it all started with my cookbook, Food for Life, and then the spices and the healthy cooking, because so many of us don't really pay attention to the chemicals and all the things. We talked about this on the stage.
A lot of things right now.
You can't just trust something just because you buy it off the shelf. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. So we need to just make sure you're looking at labels, read your spices, see if you can pronounce what's in them, and visit LailaAli.com.
I'm gonna have to order me some and your
I'm gonna
cookbook.
send you some, girl.
Okay.
I'm gonna send
Oh,
you some.
Jay, we're gonna make some of her stuff. All right. I just don't have a garden. Jeandra, you can you pick in your garden. But yes, Laila Ali, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and I'm so happy to get to see you. WBC Women's Summit, you guys. I'm going to post the whole video of her whole story. It is inspiring and is very interesting, you guys. Like I said, she didn't want to become a boxer from her dad, so that's huge. All right,
And
go.
wait.
Oh,
Can I say one more thing?
of course.
And you keep being the best women's boxer.